It's not a podcast.
It's a GarCast.
And this is the world according to Gar.
Hello and welcome to the world according to Gar. You are listening to GarCast episode number 296. I am Gar. With me as always is the GarFather.
Gar, how are you?
Wonderful, how are you?
Good, I'm live from snowy Buffalo in a lobby of a hotel I'm not staying in but have stayed at previously. And done a GarCast from previously.
Really? Why, what's going on? Your room's not ready and this was a convenient place to settle in?
Room is not ready yet. We went and had a nice lunch at the Big Ditch Brewery, which I like. And then there's a Starbucks in this hotel. So we over here got a Starbucks, and they have a nice comfy chair.
Excellent. I'm glad the trip was uneventful, I would imagine.
We landed on our wheels and stayed on our wheels.
You know, you're close to Toronto, so you never know.
It was in everybody's mind, trust me.
I'm sure. It's all right. Apparently Trump turns planes over in Toronto as well, according to Chuck Schumer.
Well, I think that proves that we're already in charge of Canada.
He's already got the air traffic controllers up there.
Yep.
Well, welcome to the show, Mike. Glad to hear you're safe and in Buffalo. With us this week, we have a special guest I'd like to introduce to you, DenBob.
Hello, gentlemen. Thank you for having me.
Nice.
I'm excited to be here. Eventful week.
Nice to have you.
Did you lose the contract on the new job? But you're in the yellow room. What's happening?
I'm working from home. We're doing great. We're doing great on the new job.
Oh, I thought you were going to be there 7 days a week for till this was done.
Well, I'll be there the first 7 days, and then hopefully I have people in place that could run it. Otherwise, I wouldn't really be a business owner. Then I'd just be a project manager.
Excellent answer. Well done.
Thank you.
I think Benny's got it under control.
Oh, Benny. Did you hire anybody yet?
No, we didn't hire anybody yet. We're actually going through another round. Just, we had somebody who was really good, but I just wasn't getting warm and fuzzy.
All right. Feeling is a big part of it, so trust your gut.
She had a strong personality.
You're going to tell me like a big nose or something like that. Big personality, huh? Too big? Like it's going to compete with you?
Yeah. Well, not me, but some of the other people.
Don't you need a big personality in the showroom?
I think it was that command presence. I think somebody in the showroom needs to be... So I guess maybe I'm not saying, Bubbly is good. I like Bubbly. And I like friendly. And I like people that like that kind of thing.
Would you like a bubbly man, or would you rather a bubbly woman?
Bubbly man would be better.
Really?
Oh, if I could get a bubbly man that likes other men? I'm in the Chelsea district.
Good point.
All about that.
Yeah.
Destination gay man would be fine. That would be good. Man, destination woman, all those would be good. This one, I don't know. I just didn't get the warm and fuzzy. Like, I didn't think she'd be good to work with.
All right. Yeah, move on.
Do you have any bubbly men that work for you currently?
No.
That's a mistake.
No, it's missing in my car. I mean, other than myself.
I was going to say, are you the
guy.
most bubbly one there?
I'm a pretty bubbly guy. I think I am.
You are.
I bet you there are potential customers that know that.
Do you think they like that or not?
No.
I mean, I think I have a good client base.
I don't think you could be called the name of your company and not have any bubbly men.
That's true. 100%.
You got to fill that void. Forget everything else you're interviewing for. Interview just for that. And then advertise it. Like, you ever see the hairdressers? They'll put a sign in the window and be like, Gar is now cutting hair here.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. So you need to go find somebody
and be like,
that is known in Chelsea.
Yeah, and they're here, and everybody
Even
comes flying in.
if this person is like a bartender or a hairdresser, you need to hire them.
So you know what I did do at work with my bubbly personality? For Valentine's Day, I bought a boatload of candy. And I would give it to people. Like those. So I was told that the Russell Stover's candy is subpar and I shouldn't give it. So I also waited till the last second. And when I went to the store, it was pretty slim pickings. So I got these small bags of Godiva chocolates. And I would distribute them out to whoever, any woman, whether I work with them, vendor, customer, employee.
Subway.
And I think it goes over splendidly. Until I gave a bag to Colleen at home. And it didn't go over quite as well. I think she felt slighted that she was put amongst the same people that I work with.
She's right.
Yeah.
And she probably thought that was the leftover too. You didn't buy it for her. You bought it for people at work. Didn't give them all out, and then you gave the last one or ones to her.
Yep. I would have felt
That's exactly what happened.
I see the light going on right in front of him right now.
I would have felt the same way.
I don't know why that's a problem. She got something. It's something.
I think nothing would have been better.
Nothing.
Yep.
I think she felt the same way. I should have asked you guys first.
Yeah.
Well, while I'm asking, I have another gift that I got to figure out. My neighbor did me such a solid. I brought my car in because it was leaking.
Certainly not the Tesla.
No. It's a Ford Explorer. It's a 2019 Explorer. And water was coming in the tailgate. So, the roof had a stain mark.
I bet I know what it is.
Well, I wish I asked you that, too. I should just bring stuff up on here before, because I brought it to Ford.
I might be wrong, but I'm curious to see what it was. Well, I can give you my prediction. So, Nicholas had, with the Jetta, water in the car. We couldn't figure out where. And when I did research, it turned out there's drain pipes that go from the top of the doors down. So when water gets up there and leaves start to pile in there, it backs up into the car. So the drains that go down the side of the windows inside the car were clogged and preventing the water from flowing and then causing it back into the car.
Yeah, but that's a German thing.
Could have been a Volkswagen thing for sure. All you need to do is an air pressure and pump that shit out.
It absolutely is a German thing. Claire's car had the same issue.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing...
Farfignugan.
I don't even know what it was.
Oh.
My neighbor noticed he is a mechanic there.
Oh my God. How coincidental is that?
He noticed my car in the shop. When I went to go pick it up, they said Jimmy took care of it.
Whoa.
He fixed it himself after work or whatever. There were no cars. Yep.
Oh my God. Now you owe this guy big.
Big, right? So first off, I gave another set of chocolates that I had left over from Valentine's Day to the service receptionist and just said thank you so much.
That's good.
And then I was thinking I bought a decent bottle of bourbon.
Yeah, I was going to say that would be a great gift. I dropped that
off to him.
That's perfect.
Right?
You're much better with buying people you know casually or whatever, buying them gifts. Like Win Miller, your neighbor. You're very good at that. But with your wife, it seems like you're quite the failure.
Terrible. It was a Valentine's Day fail.
Huh.
You knew what you were doing.
I didn't know. I'm thoughtless.
Did you buy a card?
No. Why would I need to? I am like St. Francis of Assisi. I teach and I speak when necessary.
Who's St. Francis of what?
Speaking of which, Pope Francis is dying.
Is he the current Pope?
Well, that's why he's dying. Yeah, he's alive.
Okay. Well, would they only leave when they die? They can't retire?
I actually made you ask that question because it was unprecedented how he became Pope. Do you know how he became? Why it was available to him?
The other guy retired.
He kind of inexplicably stepped down, which is weird.
Is he still alive?
That guy died.
Oh.
Benedict?
Yeah, he's dead, isn't he?
I don't think so.
Oh, Nancy says he's alive.
Pope
maybe he'll come back.
Is he coming back?
Maybe he'll come back in.
Pope Benedict.
He's like Trump. He's going to come back for a second
wait a minute.
term.
I got death and funeral of Pope Benedict.
Yeah, he died. I was right.
Oh.
2022.
On
Yeah, I was
31 December 2022.
Yeah. Yes, I remember him dying. Nancy corrected.
Yeah.
Okay, so they only leave from
but he
dying?
wasn't a sitting pope when he died.
Right, no, he stepped down. That's how Francis became
Sounds
pope.
like Congress.
Well, there's no term limits.
You know what the theory is of why he stepped down, right?
Go ahead.
The theory is that he was going to out all of the disasters that are going on with the church.
Disasters? Like Penn State disasters?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And that they decided they didn't want him, and they thought they were getting this very conservative appointment in Pope Francis, and he's totally upending everything that they thought they were getting.
What's left to expose at this point? Everybody knows what's happened, right? What would he have exposed? I don't know if I buy that.
Well, there's certain people that maybe were protected,
I think everybody's moved on now. They're like, all right, we know what happened. Let's not let it happen anymore.
This is several years ago. It wasn't today.
Right. But do you know who one of the front runners is? It could get interesting. It's happened a few times in our lifetime.
DenBob is the favorite to be the next pope.
Well, the next one is there's never been one from this country or this continent that he is from.
Oh.
Dare I say, Bosco?
I don't know. Japan?
Well,
the Japan?
Was it a chap?
Africa.
Africa. I did know that. I didn't want to answer it. I didn't want to look like I was prejudiced.
So the front runner is Cardinal Fridolin Mbongo Basunga. He's 65, and he's from the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
65. He might be. If he gets in, he could be there forever.
And he's
he could
very,
be there for the rest of our lives.
Very, very, very conservative. And I believe that because those guys down there, they've known hard times. They were raised in crazy places.
What was
and the reason why they are priests is that they were kind of saved by the church, and then there's some very, very strict beliefs down there. We shall see. There's some other front runners like Cardinal Wim. I don't know how to say his last name. Gar, how would you say this? You ready? I'm going to spell it.
Hold on, let me get a pen out.
The last name is E-I. I'll put your glasses on. E-I.
Mm-hmm.
J-K. That's it. First name is W-I-M. Give me the whole name.
Wim Ij.
I don't even know how to tell you. I have no idea either. He's from
what's
the Netherlands.
His nationality? Netherlands?
He's Dutch, and he looks a lot like my uncle, who happens to be a deacon. How about that?
Interesting.
There's Cardinal Peter Urdu from Hungary. There's a Filipino guy in the running. That's my boy. That's who I need.
I did read a book where they talked about how they pick a new pope. I can't remember what book it was. It might have been.
Well, there's a classic book, Angels and Demons.
Maybe that's what I read.
It's a movie.
It was a movie,
Tom
right?
Hanks.
With Tom Hanks. Yeah, I think I read that book.
Tom Hanks, who hates poor white people.
Tom Hanks hates everybody now. What happened to him?
Did you see that?
He was so amazing.
Did you see him
in
his
last movie?
Did you see the SNL 50th where he insulted half of America?
I did not.
What did he say? Oh
yeah, well,
he's just a miserable bastard. Him, like some of these guys.
I can't answer.
Bobby De Niro, like he went off the rails. Like he's just a bitter old man now.
Wait, sorry, can you hear me? I got interrupted by somebody trying to call me.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah.
So there was a skit. It was Black Jeopardy on the SNL 50th, which is very funny. It's been a skit for a long time, and then he appears as this white trash guy with a "Make America Great" hat on it. Again, a hat on, and just playing a buffoon and like insulting religion. And then when Keenan Ivory Wayans came over to shake his hand, he was like, "Ooh," like he wouldn't touch a black person. It was pretty wild. It's getting a lot of heat for it.
So does he write that? I mean, or can he just blame it on the writers if he gets too much heat and say, "I'm just playing a part"?
I guess, but he did it.
He did it. He did it, and I'm okay with just making a joke. That's fine.
You know who makes good jokes about MAGA? Larry David.
Yeah, he does.
His is great.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
I agree. But so Tom Hanks, I saw his last movie. It was called Here, and it's a pretty cool story. It really probably would have been better as a play, but it talks about
Or a
it's like
musical.
it's a perspective of a house over like generations, and they like pretty much plant a camera in the kitchen looking into the living room, and they show all the different families that lived there for like 3 generations.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Dude, he was big. He was
Colleen
Bachelor
just typed
Party.
in-
He was
Hold
the
on.
greatest. And he is a
Colleen
fucking
is
asshole
typing in
now.
that it was boring.
Oh.
Bosom buddies.
Colleen is listening to my end of the podcast.
Oh. She's even more mad at you about Valentine's Day right now.
So mad.
Dude, Tom Hanks, seriously, what a disaster.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you don't live in the real world for 50 years,
Yeah, that's right.
right?
He did
Yeah.
a
That's what it
movie
is.
where he didn't even talk, and it was awesome.
We
That
should
was a
put him
great
back.
movie.
We should put him back on that island.
He needs to go back. We could send him and De Niro there.
I was thinking about him because one of the craziest scenes in that movie, and we'll get into in a second what happened to me on Saturday with my dental issues.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
But do you remember when he has to pull his tooth out with an ice skate?
Yes.
Oh yeah, a modern day Rambo.
I was thinking of that the whole time last Saturday.
Horrible.
I was also thinking about like when people had dental pain, like 400, 500, forget about 2,000 years ago.
That was
Like,
a
they
very symbolic. That was a very symbolic scene where he takes out his tooth because the
Right,
tooth
but
symbolized
symbolize what?
symbolized all the pains that he had from civilization.
Well,
And-
he also knew that his wife was sleeping with his dentist secretly in his head. It tied back to that, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, but like, what did you do back in the day? Like, if little ancestor of Bosco is running around the Congo and gets this debilitating tooth infection, you just feed yourself to a mountain gorilla at some point. Like, you can't take it. What do you do?
They were tougher back then, I think. I think you could have
No,
survived back
I mean,
then,
I think
Mike.
you pull it out. You pull out
Do you-
the tooth.
Well, if you can't, I guess you try, right? With the ice skate, whatever you got.
You got to think about this because if the apocalypse comes, you're going to
Right,
need to be able to do this.
Well, this is why BMO, automatically makes it to the team.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even need tools. His grip strength, he could just use his fingers.
I almost
Pull it out.
called him on Saturday just to pull it out of my face, my teeth. That would have been amazing.
So what happened, Mike? Give us
Yeah, go on.
give the listeners, people that aren't on Discord, have no idea what you're talking about.
So I've had a little tooth situation in the back left area, where like 5 years ago I had a root canal. I was supposed to get a cap, and I didn't like the dentist, and I never went back. So whatever, it was fine. And then like last year, it like cracked, but like it never really hurt. I kind of did a little self dental work, and I remember it was right around when I went to the Philippines because I'm like, should I go to a dentist? What if I get excruciating pain
Right.
before when I'm in the Philippines? But I rolled the dice.
I
and
think
was
you
fine.
even mentioned that, but
I might
without
have.
referencing the direct issue you had.
So everything's fine. Every now and then I made a bite down wrong on that side, but it actually had gotten better. And then Friday I go for my power walk because unlike Rebecca, I am heavily participating in the walk thing that she had to sign up for.
I'm not doing well.
And I kind of finished it and I was like, ooh, kind of hurts a little bit back there. Let me take 2 Tylenol. All right, take 2 Tylenol. I was officiating a swim meet that night. So I walk in the room where all the officials are, disappointed not to see Dr. BMO. And Daryl, my buddy, who's the ref, is sitting there talking to one of the other officials who I know is a dentist. And at the time, I thought she was a pediatric dentist. And he's like, yeah, I can't believe it. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? And like, they're looking at x-rays on her phone.
Oh my God.
And he's like, oh, I had insane tooth pain this morning during the session. So Nicole, who was the woman that he's talking to, sent me to her practice. Turns out she's not pediatric. She's family dentistry. So they do adults as well. And he's like, it was great. I went there and, they gave me a shot and I need to get a root canal and a cavity, but I feel better. And I'm like, oh, that's great. I'm like, funny enough, I got a little bit of pain on my mouth today, and they're like, and Nicole's like, take apparently the magic mix for pain. I got this from her. I don't know. BMO may say she's nuts. 3 Advil and 3 one
Tylenol?
Advil with 1 Tylenol every 6 hours.
I've heard of the 3 Advils if it's bad, for sure.
Right. So I started doing that, and I was okay. Do the meet, go home. Wasn't feeling great. Go to bed. Wake up at 2 in the morning in excruciating pain. Go downstairs, take some drugs again. It's okay. Go to the swim meet. I medicate again, the 3 and 1 at 5 in the morning. I'm like, I'm starting. I'm gonna take your marks, like I'm all that stuff. And then I say to Daryl, I'm like, listen, I'm about to hit 6 hours. I got to go take more drugs. So I go inside and I'm walking in there and I just get blinding pain in my mouth. I'm like, oh my God.
What day is this? Sunday?
This is now Saturday.
Saturday. Okay.
So he's like, you got to text Nicole. You got to go. She was great to me yesterday. So think about this. 2 officials have this emergency tooth thing in 2 days. I text her. She's in the stands watching a kid. She's like, go to my practice right now. It's in Lynbrook. I'm calling my partner to tell her you're on your way.
That's amazing.
Leave the pool deck, jump in my car, call Nancy, tell her, drive there. It's 11 a.m. Drive to Lynbrook. I go in. The place is busy. They take me right away. Special treatment. X-rays, bing, bang, boom. All right, look at this. Your wisdom tooth, the one behind the one that I cracked, is infected.
Oh.
And then you got this cracked tooth, the whole thing. They need to come out. She's like, they both need to come out. I'm like, okay. Well, I'm going to Buffalo on Wednesday. She goes, I can get somebody to do it today. Will you do it? I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it hurts.
Don't even think about it.
Yeah. When you're in pain at that point, you're like, I'll do anything, right?
Yeah. So now I jump back in my car. I drive 18 minutes to Massapequa. Go in. Place is packed. Waiting room. People complaining that they've been waiting. Their appointment was an hour ago. I go up to the window. She's like, fill out this paperwork. Doop, doop, doop. Foom, cut the line. I'm right in.
Oh. Go
in. Dr. Kumar. He's the man. A couple shots of Novocaine. He was a cool demeanor because I don't like dentists. Gives me the gas. I'm taking the deepest breaths I could of this gas. And I get completely numb. And he basically stood on my chest. And the molar came out real quick. The one was cracked. The wisdom tooth, man, he went to war with it. It was crazy. It didn't hurt, but it was like cracking and all this shit.
Oh.
Yeah, it was wild.
You'll look like you put to sleep to that.
Yeah. I left the pool deck. I left the pool.
Sleep, right?
Yeah, walked off the pool deck at 11, and I was in the recovery room by 3 o'clock.
Wow.
It was beautiful. And I felt great ever since.
Thank God.
That's amazing.
Stitches still in there, or they start to dissolve yet?
I can feel them right now on my tongue.
Yeah, isn't that weird? You always run your tongue over there to feel them?
Yeah, it's great.
Damn. I'm so glad you're better. Jeez. That's worst.
That's a great story. Oh, my God.
That is the worst.
Hold on, I'm just texting Reagan back. So anyway, that was my saga.
That's great treatment. I love when you get to skip the line. Skipping the line is better than not paying. Like you go to a restaurant, if I could just not wait for a table and they just take me in, that's more important. I'd rather that than pay.
You know who does that for you? The Casa will do that for you. They're like, oh,
Casa
it's
Louis?
DenBob. Yeah.
You mean, yeah.
Yep. They're like, hey, welcome in. We missed you.
You think I can? I don't have to make a reservation? I don't know. I don't think I qualify.
Well, maybe
there.
you might have to. But if you did,
I don't think
they'd be like DenBob. He goes straight in.
There are a couple of restaurants in my life that has happened with, where I had that much pull that I could just walk in. But I think currently there are none in existence. I have to wait like the regular man.
Interesting.
You got any car that you could just pop in and not wait?
I don't go to restaurants enough that they would even know who I am anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
How's it being in the house working from home with the wife home?
Different.
He looks at her. She didn't hear the question, so you could talk about it.
She's sitting right there. What is going on?
No. She's walking in and out.
Because Nancy is sitting she's right to my right. But
dude, it is. You forget how funny it is. Like I'm in here, my work office. I got my AirPods in my ears. I'm on a
No,
call.
you're on the severed floor.
On the severed floor, doing my work. I'm putting names and numbers in buckets. And then, like,
By the way, you would be so good at that job.
I probably would be, right?
The gaming and the Excel skills combined.
She comes home from wherever she was, and she's like a hurricane. There's so much noise, and I have the door closed. She barrels in with the door open, like screaming. I look at her. I'm like, I'm on the phone. What are you doing? Like, and I see she keeps walking in there. I guess maybe she knows you're on the GarCast, but if you were working, she'd probably be doing the same thing. It's a very different dynamic when they're home, isn't it?
They don't seem to understand the work from home. As a teacher, they don't get... Well, when they worked from home, they understood it, but now they don't.
Right.
They think it's time off. They think I'm just playing video games.
Yeah, right.
I am not.
Yeah, it makes it a little more stressful.
Can't get more laundry done? You didn't do the laundry today? Well, I had a busy day. I was on a lot of calls. If I was working from home, I would have done the laundry. I'm like, okay. I usually do. I didn't do it today. Sorry. And she got mad last night because she had to make dinner. She made dinner Monday night and Tuesday night. I usually make dinner because I work from home. That's no problem. But she's home, so I'm not doing it. Last night, she's like, I'm not doing this every night. I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
Did you communicate that properly? Did you have a discussion about it? Or did you just assume?
That she was going to cook?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I would have scrapped shit together, right?
It sounds like you didn't communicate properly.
I laughed. I laughed. I'm like, sorry, you're home. You got to do my job a little bit now. How about by you, Mike?
Yeah, it's like, can you all get out of here?
I know. Because you got the kids home too, right?
Yeah, I'm actually happy to be working from a hotel lobby right now and then off the next 2 days.
Oh, you are doing a day of work today?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Well, the beauty of JetBlue is nobody would know. The Wi-Fi is wonderful. I was working the whole way.
Is it cheaper and quicker to get to Buffalo than it is to get to downtown Manhattan right now?
Well, no. Give us an update. Manhattan apparently is cheap again.
Congestion tolls are gone. They're a thing of the past.
What?
Trump, I don't know how. He had a letter written and sent to Hochul that they need to cease the congestion tolls immediately. Apparently, I read the letter. I didn't read it deep. I kind of scanned it. There must have been some federal approvals that were required for her to implement this, and they're pulling whatever approvals they gave her. They said, no more. This is out. City's too expensive. You're not doing it. So it's supposed to go away any day now, immediately.
Wow.
How about Trump, huh? What a great president he is.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but
how much money did we spend putting the cameras in and all that shit?
I tried to read, I guess I didn't realize it was so reliant on federal funding. Is that how he's stopping it?
That must be, right? I mean, what kind of funding would they need? Because it's a money grab, right? But there's got to be a federal element to that if he has the power to do that. It's wild.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't drive. I don't go to the city, but I'm very happy for people. I think that's fantastic. I think it was a stupid money grab.
Maybe the trains will be less crowded now. People can go driving again.
That's good.
Maybe Monday, right off the bat. Bam.
That'll be nice. I'll take it.
That'd be good. How about this? Did you guys catch? I think Mike did. I don't think DenBob did. USA Canada this weekend.
Well, I saw the highlights.
No, not this week. Well, they're playing on Thursday night.
They play again on Thursday, but they played their round robin game earlier in the weekend, right? I think it was a weekend, Saturday maybe was or something.
Yeah.
Oh my God, how awesome was that?
That was amazing.
Fight off the drop of the puck. The Chuck boys are awesome. I love those.
You think they'll do the same thing again?
I don't know. It's going to be so. This game is in Boston. I don't know if you realize that.
I do.
Is cool. I think if the opportunity arose, they would, but I don't think they're going to go in there looking to do the fight again.
Do they boo the national anthem?
I think we boo the Canadian this time.
You think we'll boo theirs? I was very surprised.
It's Boston.
Yeah.
Boston.
I get it.
The only city that's worse than Boston is probably Philly.
Yeah, right.
So they're going to boo it.
So I was very surprised. Is Canadians, they have the reputation of being so polite. So to hear them boo the American national anthem, I was very surprised to hear that.
Mhm.
Do you remember when the Islanders played Toronto back in like right around early 2000s, I guess it was? It was that big series, and we had Pierre Turgeon. Not Turgeon. It was Pekka and all those guys that they brought in, Yashin, right? And they had a really nice run.
Yeah, that was like the late 90s.
I think it was after 9/11, if I remember. But you could be right. I feel like it was because I had season tickets that year.
Could have been.
Oh, it was when
Could have been.
Nicholas was born. I missed the playoff game because we had his
So what year? What year was
communion.
that?
I mean, what's the first thing you do? Christening.
Christening.
So yeah, that would have been 2002.
Here's one thing we know for sure. You are not going to be the Pope.
01. No, I don't want to be the Pope. I don't need that shit. So yeah, we booed the Canadian national anthem a little bit. And I remember the Toronto people were going freaking nuts. They were so mad at us.
They should have.
But, it is what it is. I have no problem with it.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm definitely going to try to watch that here in Buffalo, which is a hockey town.
Yes, it is.
The Big Ditch Brewery where I just had lunch is doing a special party that night.
I think we're going to go out. Me and Theofield. DenBob, if you want to come, maybe up at Nappers on tomorrow night for the game.
Get a charge.
Get BMO.
Charge it up.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see. I'll check out my calendar, my social calendar.
So speaking of your social calendar,
Hey, we'll get the
I
boys
saw
to come
something.
too. Go ahead.
I saw something on News 12 about an incident, and I thought I saw you in the background. It was at a pickleball facility.
Whoa.
What did something happen?
I did have an incident.
Yeah, there was News 12. I only caught the end of it, and I missed it.
I had a little incident on Sunday at pickleball.
What happened?
So they have they're called open plays, right? So I play with my friends on Friday nights, and it's a group, and that's fine. And they're really good, much, much better than I am. So I wanted to try my hand at playing with people at my own level, just to see where I went. And I went in thinking that I was going to be best in house at this particular level. And, I was surprised that I was not even close. But there was this one particular opponent. She was a woman who reminded me of another woman who I disliked very much. Even though she was different, I started off on the wrong foot. And our first match, where she was my opponent, she kept calling balls out that I really thought were in.
Oh, boy.
So the first time I was like, whatever. I couldn't see it. The second time I was like, wow. Now it is the honor system, right? And I'm okay with that too. And I ended up losing that match by maybe a couple of points. And I was just like, that's crap.
Right. The cheating.
So then you're doing this round robin thing. And we face each other again. And I have a new partner. She has a new partner.
Did you say anything to your partner to say, watch out for this one?
Nothing at all. I didn't, because I don't know enough. I was just thinking maybe I didn't know what I was talking about.
Was there any indication that, did the cheater, did she know the person you played with either time? Was there any, they must know each other kind of thing?
I don't believe this particular partner. She did come with somebody.
Just trying to get the scene here. All right, I got
you.
Okay. So
I start off doing horribly. Me and my partner, we're not talking to each other. I'm all over this. I'm losing 6-0. It's a game to 11.
And now, is this always mixed? Is it boy girl versus boy girl?
No, it's rando.
Doesn't matter.
It's rando. Everybody's rated the same.
Okay.
I come back from 6-0 to 9-6.
What are we playing till? 11. Okay, this is exciting.
I am on a run. I'm killing it.
Wait, you're up 9-6?
I am now up 9-6. But I don't
run.
want to step off the gas because I know how
Was there
fast
was there any questionable calls during the run?
No, I was on fire. You didn't even have a chance to question. But I still remembered the first match.
So far, everything is on the up and up in this match.
Correct. And then I lose a serve, whatever. I tried to do something I couldn't do. I lose the serve. It goes to my partner. Mm-hmm. He serves, bangs it down the middle, and she calls it out.
Oh, boy.
And I said, wait
did she call it long, or she called it left or right or whatever the hell?
Right. It was supposed to be. So, yeah, right. Exactly. Good question.
I got it.
So I said, you know
Oh,
that
boy.
the line is in.
Oh
Because
boy.
I saw it. It was like,
Right.
so an out, you don't necessarily see if it's cross court, he's in the way. You can't
All right.
say anything.
On the
you think.
chalk, on the paint is good.
The line is in. So she said, she didn't answer me. She just stared at me with this stupid face.
Mm-hmm.
And here's where I erupted. I walked around to her side of the court.
Wait a minute. She didn't say a thing. She just looked at you with a dumb face, and then you went around the net.
Yes.
Whoa.
You stalker.
No, this was all
stalk.
pent, but this was pent up. Did you say anything in the first match?
Well, I would ask the question. I'd be like, really? And then
You
that
did.
was it. I would
You
just
didn't
look.
say that. Okay, you didn't say that. Okay, so this was
a
building.
raised eyebrow. A really? But this time I was like, you realize that the paint, the line is in.
All right, so
And
now
she
I
looked at
see
me
you.
with
I
stupid
see you.
face.
I see you marching around the net now. Go ahead.
Now I was holding the ball like I was going to hand it to her.
Why do you have the ball?
It's a good question. Why do I even have the ball?
Do you
I
guys?
left it-
Do you hold an extra ball in your hand like they do in tennis?
I didn't have an extra ball, but I
You
had
weren't
a
even.
ball in my
You weren't
hand.
even. It wasn't even your serve.
That's true, but
And
I
you
had
hit
the
it
ball.
to her.
Don't I walked around and then picked up the ball?
Was
think
this a
that's right.
dream? Maybe that this didn't
Not a
even
dream.
happen.
This is not a dream.
You're confusing
I
your
took-
simulation and
I
this.
took the ball and I put it on the line, and I said, if it lands here,
Oh,
this
boy.
is in.
Where was your partner and where was her partner while this was happening?
I think my partner was horrified on the other side of the net.
Did it feel anything like giving your wife leftover chocolate?
No, this is much
I
more
didn't
aggressive.
feel anything at this point. I was bugging it. I was so
No,
angry.
you were seeing red.
So then I said, then she looks at me and she's like, yeah, but it was on this side. It hit the line, but it was on the wrong side of the line.
That doesn't matter.
I said, that doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
And then she said to me, it's supposed to be the honor system. And then I said to her, you're supposed to know the rule.
Oh boy, making friends.
I know, I couldn't help
Keep
it.
going. I need the rest because I still see
couldn't
you. I
help
see you. The whole thing's happening in my head right now. Keep going.
So then we sided out.
Wait a minute. What?
They got another
No.
2 points.
No. These are critical details. So you had that discussion. You're very close to her having this discussion.
Yes,
Like-
and she
And you just eventually stop. You look at her. You spin around and you walk back to your side of the net.
yes, and as I walked away, I got the way you get the last word in and walk away so they can't say anything. Well, I did
Yeah,
that. I
course
said
you
you're
did.
supposed to know the rules, and I turned around and walked away.
And a
Went
huff.
back to my side of the net.
Okay.
They served. They got 2 more points. Which
No,
made
see,
it,
at that point, no matter what happened, you had to call the next shot.
Yeah, out.
No. I really just went back to playing. I needed a win.
And what happened?
Even though it doesn't matter, there's no money on the line. Nobody sees
matters.
it. I don't know anybody, and I'm never going to see these people again. That's how
It matters.
stupidly competitive I am.
It matters. So who won?
I won.
Was there
I
a
won.
handshake? Handshake?
He didn't tap my paddle. So pickleball people don't shake. I do. I don't really give a shit. So like if it's another man becomes my partner, I will shake his hand and introduce myself.
I agree. I like it.
But she would not tap my paddle. I wanted to take it and fucking throw it on the floor.
Whoa.
What about
I
her
really
partner?
did. I wanted to take it and just fucking slam it.
You
Because she
keep
didn't
getting-
tap my paddle on purpose.
Of course she didn't. She didn't like you.
You're an
well,
asshole.
You know what? You're supposed to tap the paddle. Game over. Like a hockey game. At the end of the playoffs, everybody shakes hands.
So, in conclusion, do you think she's a cheater or she didn't understand the rules?
I think she's stupid.
Meaning she didn't
She
understand
didn't
the rules.
understand the rules.
She
Yeah.
didn't understand the rules.
I don't think she was trying to cheat.
She was very good. I'm not going to lie. Athletically and skill-wise, she was better than me.
And
Could you
what she looked
potentially
like-
get her as a teammate next time you go out?
Well, I didn't that particular.
But you could.
That
You
could
could.
happen in the future.
Oh, I
yeah.
would love
What did
that.
If
I
I
have
go
to
to the
ask-
same, and we could yell at each other for poaching, I'd be like, "It's my fucking ball."
No, I think you guys would be a dominant force.
Yeah, you probably would tear it up.
Between
Yeah.
her cheating and my athletic abilities,
Right.
Yeah.
forget about it.
Do you think? What'd she look like? Description, please.
Probably my age, maybe. Yeah, probably my age, but
I'm looking to
overweight.
see if Colleen's in the
No,
room.
go ahead. Go ahead.
overweight, dark complexion,
Dark
dark
complexion.
hair. Not an attractive woman
Oh,
by any means. I mean,
okay.
She wasn't getting any favoritism by her looks. Listen, if she was hot, I wouldn't have been mad. I would have been fine.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, no, not at all. She didn't have that on her side.
Got it. All right. Well, I'm sure she told a similar story on her GarCast that she did this week about you.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get her as a special guest and see what her side is.
I have a prediction that you will play with her one day, and she's going to be your new best friend.
Maybe
You're
we'll
win
hang out after.
the club championship. Amazing.
Speaking of new, we got a new person on the Discord.
Jen.
Swipe left.
Right.
Oh, oops. Can we swipe left joints?
No. Swipe left would be bad. You swipe left to people you don't want.
I know.
You swipe right.
I don't know.
Yeah. Welcome, swipe right.
Tinder,
Jen.
if you were on a Tinder dating app.
I don't know. I never used that.
I have no idea.
I'm going to tell you. Well, now I'm going to tell you. If you were on a Tinder dating app.
How do you know?
Because we were on the train one time, and one of the kids that was riding, kid, he was a young guy. He was in our group.
Okay.
And he was using his Tinder, and he was swiping.
Mm-hmm.
And Jen said, "What would you do if I came across that?" And I was like, "You'd absolutely swipe right, because you swipe right when you like the person."
Got it.
So that's how Tinder works. If you ever sign on and you need
Thank you.
Good to know.
That's how it works.
That's wonderful.
You might be using that thing soon.
And you know who else
Valentine's Day. Yeah.
Her husband, Chris with a K, he should join. He is insanely funny and sarcastic and dry and would fit in perfectly with this group.
Except that his name starts with a K.
Well, I mean, I think you have to mention it.
It's okay.
Chris Christopherson. I don't like it.
It's okay.
He's great. I mean, but it's just the way he spells his name.
Does he know he has
to
answer a question when he joins the Discord?
Why did your parents name you that? That would be his question.
That could be a good question. We usually ask something about DenBob, but
do you think it was after Chris Christopherson? It's the only Chris with a K.
Probably, right?
Well, that must be the French.
Maybe he's a destination male.
No, not at all.
How do you know? You don't know if he was a girl when he was little.
I know. I can tell. I have gaydar.
You don't. That's not gay.
It's a different.
Well, he wouldn't be destination. Well, no.
You're destination male. Means he's now male.
He's at the destination. Yeah, no, absolutely not. There was never a female bone in this guy's body.
You know.
Oh, just his male bone in others.
Switch that around. Swipe right. Oh my goodness. By the way, it's still snowing in Buffalo. Never stops.
Are they getting the lake effect right now, Mike?
This is just like, I don't even think on the weather app it says it's snowing. It's just kind of falling out of the clouds. You know what I mean? Just what happens. The runway, like we landed and I'm like, wow, they don't even scrape the runway down to pavement. Like
they don't even care anymore.
You like landed in snow.
I think
it softens.
The Toronto landing looked like it was in snow too, didn't it?
The Toronto landing what?
Looked like it was in snow as well. Did you see the videos of that thing landing?
Yes, I did. It was amazing how it flipped over. I did say to one of the stewardesses on the way out, I was like, well, thank you very much. And she's like, I didn't fly the plane. I said, I'm just happy we landed right side up.
I saw a video, but I don't know if it was true or not, where somebody was on the flight and they were telling the passengers that one of the wheels was fucked up.
I didn't see that.
And they were coming in for a landing. I don't know if you believe anything you see anymore, but
I don't believe that. If you didn't see it on the Choo Choo and Airplane channel on our Discord, it's not real.
Okay. Fake news.
I only put real stuff there.
Of course. Mm-hmm. So what's on the agenda this weekend, Mike? Or this week?
So we got Ryan's SUNYAC Championship meet.
Is that today?
It starts at 5:30 today.
Excellent.
And then tomorrow morning at 10. Then finals at 5, then Friday at 10, finals at 5, Saturday at 10, finals at 5.
Oof. And it's only SUNY schools?
They're not really finals if you have them every day.
Well, different events, right?
So okay.
Certain events, right? So what's funny is, I'm glad you asked, Gary. So it's traditionally, this is the first year it's not just SUNY schools.
Oh, okay.
Geneseo, which was the SUNY powerhouse, left the conference. And some other school folded their swimming program. So they have merged with the Allegheny Mountain Conference.
Whoa.
I'm going to give you the teams that are in the Allegheny Mountain Conference.
Please do.
I think you'll know why I'm excited. So the number 1 ranked team coming in, no pressure, only by 3 points, is SUNY Cortland. The second ranked team, Penn State Berend. So I guess Penn State has these other state schools.
Yeah.
Third ranked team, drumroll please, Alfred State.
Alfred State. Wow.
Yes,
I didn't know we had a
sir.
swimming pool there.
There you go. Followed by Oswego, SUNY New Paltz. And then the 6th ranked team, Penn State, Altoona. 7th, Oneonta. 8th, Potsdam. 9th, Fredonia State. And 10th, University of Pittsburgh, Bradford.
Wow.
So I brought the Peachy Paterno that Rebecca gave me, and I am going to throw it at a Penn State swimmer.
Love it.
At some point during the meet.
Excellent. Fuck them people from Penn State.
Yes, that's what I'm going to do.
That's
so it's kind of
awesome.
fun. I got a good rooting interest against Penn State, which I did not expect coming to this Division III championship swim meet.
Are they at SUNY Buffalo, or is it like at a swim facility in the city?
Funny enough, it is at a swim facility in the city that I have been to many times when I come here in December.
This is where you used to go, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's a nice pool, big ass facility.
Cool.
It's owned by SUNY.
Walking distance to the facility from the hotel?
I plan on walking. It's about a mile. And going to convince Nancy to walk as well. But I actually noticed it's really hard to walk out there.
Yeah.
Like the streets are covered in friggin' snow. It might take a long time.
You
might have to Uber it.
Should have told Fraser to pop on down to Buffalo.
I mean,
or meet him up at the falls.
I was hoping he'd surprise me.
Maybe he will.
We'll see. I don't know if Trump will let him in.
Yeah, he'll let Fraser in. I don't know about the other ones.
Might have him tagged. Anyway, so that's what we're doing. Should be fun. Nancy's flying home Friday night because we have 2 other children. And then, so she'll get to see Ryan swim everything except the mile, which Ryan's swimming on Saturday night.
Okay.
Which she's the 2nd ranked swimmer in that event. So she's feeling the pressure. She's pretty excited to try to get on the podium for that one.
Well, that's amazing.
That's cool.
We'll see. We shall see.
I guess when you're competing, swimming must be so different from most other sports, right? Because you're in the water, you really don't hear anything. The sensory, all you have really is you see probably your competitors a little bit from your peripheral, I would imagine.
You could see your coach,
right?
But yeah, you're right though. You're very isolated.
So you probably can focus on the task at hand a little bit better.
Yeah, like to me, it always reminds me of running, but you're right. It is a little more like really internalized. Like it's just you and the sound of rushing water by your ear,
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
Cool. Good for her. I mean, you probably can hear the roar of the crowd somewhat, right?
Yeah, they do.
But
yeah, and they see the other swimmers. Like they know when they got to catch somebody and stuff.
Yeah, cool. Good luck to her.
See.
That'll be fun.
I'll share the live stream links on the Discord for anyone who's interested.
Discord's gonna be popping with some updates this weekend.
Yeah.
Or this week, I should say, since it's not the weekend.
Yes.
Do you have
an email?
I was gonna say, do you have access?
Oh, of course.
I was playing with Christian earlier on the video games, and he's like, I think Liz sent an email. I'm like, I believe she did.
By the way, speaking of Christian, there's some big soccer matches coming up today. I'm going to try to watch before we go, just so you know, for those fans out there. Sumu and I have been watching games like every afternoon.
He told me.
With each other the whole time, yeah.
He told me, he's like,
today,
I can't put a mic on the football.
Yeah, today for you Premier League fans at 2:30 on USA Network, so even Gar can watch, is Villa versus Liverpool.
Solid,
big one.
Right?
Yeah, and then if you're at the Champions League and you have the Paramount Plus app, we got a whole bunch of elimination games, the Champions League knockout stage. And the one you want to watch is at 3:00, Real Madrid versus Manchester City.
Okay.
Tune in. Anyway,
nothing with Luton, huh? Luton's missing?
Funny, Luton's playing today too. In a no-nothing game. I think it's today or tomorrow.
Go get him, Luton.
I have this website that tells me every game that's Luton's playing at 2:45 today. No one's gonna watch. It's a regular English championship game against Plymouth Argyle.
Oh, maybe Neil will watch it.
They stink.
Neil is so distraught with them. If you hear that show, he's just like,
all right.
Oh, they suck.
Here's our email.
I can't wait for this because we got the teaser last week. I knew this was coming. I'm excited.
Came in at 4:35 a.m. Eastern time, which is 9:35 a.m. where the sender is from.
Mm-hmm.
So, Liz Barclay, The Going Away Book, Part 3. Maybe this is where Bosco makes the book. There we go. Just wanted to see if he's listening. He's not listening. Nope. No, he is. Dear Gar, Mike, and Twinny DenBob, or Twiny DenBob? Twinny. How are you all?
Our personalities are twins.
So she's asking how we all are. So Bosco, how are you?
Amazing. I'm better now that she's writing in.
Excellent. Gar, how are you?
I'm doing so well. Thank you for asking, Liz.
Excellent. And I am great as well. I'm just cold. I wanted to send a quick email to tell you about this. By the way, this is kind of long. I like it. I want to send you a quick email to tell you about the happenings across the pond. You all know about the Going Away book and how we use it over here. Well, I wanted to use it in a positive way. Oh, I don't like the sound of this.
Uh-oh.
I think its reputation has become one of a more negative nature in getting rid of people we don't like. So the story goes like this. I was unhappy in my job for a number of reasons. I had applied for other roles. Oh, I actually, Nancy and I talked to her about this when we were there. I had applied for other roles and hadn't been successful in getting past the application stage. I was getting a little desperate. So Christian suggested, what a guy, that I put myself in the Going Away book to try and resolve the situation. Was Christian trying to get rid of Liz?
It's horrible.
And she fell for it? Wow. So I did. A couple of days later, the perfect job popped up, and I applied for it. This time, I just knew it was mine. I didn't overthink the process. I prepared well and sent it off. I got confirmation of an interview the day after the closing date. I hate interviews. Imagine, thank God, Liz, that Bosco DenBob did not interview you.
Hopefully she got some good advice last week from the other side of the aisle.
I've never been any good at them because I panic. But in my heart, I just knew I was getting this job. The company sent the interview questions through prior to the day and allowed notes to be brought in support.
Wow, that's cool.
DenBob, what do you think about that?
Lost you. I didn't pay attention. You called me out.
Did he say bless you?
No, he said I lost you.
I lost you.
I got big things going on. I got
Bless
some
your
issues.
heart.
All right, well, this is relevant. This is the most important moment of her life. But for the interview for this job that she's always wanted and dreamt of, they gave her the interview questions ahead of time so she could bring notes.
I think that's a great
that?
idea. That's a great idea.
I think it's good, too. You could really see who the person is, perhaps.
See if they
You want them to be their
right?
best self. You don't want them to be nervous. You don't want them to be... Yeah.
All right, if they don't come prepared at all, they don't care about the job.
Yeah, good point. If they fail at that, they suck.
Yeah.
My dream come true. I didn't have to worry at all. I delivered my presentation, answered the questions, and was offered the job on the same day.
Wow.
See, I did remember, Liz. Mike, can you remember when we were eating dinner at Fothergill's across from the Robin Hood statue and we talked about this job? I do, Liz. That was the one. I got it. Oh, that's awesome. Nancy's very excited. She's here. Liz was pumped about this job. In putting myself in the Going Away book, I managed to remove myself from the negative situation and find something better. So maybe she put the negative situation in the book.
Correct.
That's what she
because
killed.
you would never put yourself in the Go Away book. That's some sort of a
What if on the first day of the job she gets hit by a bus? I'm just saying.
Sorry, Liz, for laughing at that.
Nancy's yelling at me. Well, I'm just saying. This book is very powerful. It makes me nervous.
It's a powerful book.
Wouldn't that be a kick? That would be a kick in the sim. Like, yeah, you got the job. Free pizza. You may want to have Christian drive you to work that day, Liz. Someone else needs to try it. Who's up for the challenge? Bosco, you go first.
I got to pick somebody. I'm going to find somebody to put in this book. I know who it's going to be right now.
But we're talking about situations. I think we want to do a trial run on situations at this point.
All right. She's not. Let me finish the email. Also, just wanted to say, loved having Mike and Nancy visit Nottingham a few weeks ago. Who is coming over next? Liz, a.k.a. Lizzie Big Tits. You Reds.
Love it.
She did. She wrote LBT.
Oh,
I love her.
Amazing. That is amazing.
Congratulations, Liz. We're very happy for you. I hope you make it to your first day.
Congratulations, Liz. I am so happy for you.
That's the only email we got.
Okay. It was a very happy email.
If you're going to get one, that's the one you want.
Hell yeah.
And come on, you Reds. I'm a little worried Forrest is going to go into a slide here. Maybe we got to put them in the book, the opposite book.
You think?
Well, it's a tough schedule. Fulham, we lost. Got some tough games, but I believe in the boys.
At least we're not fighting like we were last year just to survive. But
Yes, that's
really a top 5 finish would be just so amazing.
so sweet. So sweet.
Is it the top 4 that give you kind of like that extra cup thing or something next year, or is it
So
top
to
5?
make Champions League, which is the ultimate, right? That's what Real Madrid and Man City are playing in today. I don't know how this algorithm works. It's each league in Europe. Again, we have to have Christian maybe send an email about this. But however the Premier League is ranked, they are guaranteed 4 teams. The top 4 every year make the Champions League.
Okay.
But there's some other factor. I'm assuming it has to do with other leagues like sucking, where they can get 5. And apparently whatever's going on this year, it looks like the Premier League is going to get 5.
Wow.
Uh-oh. I just got an alert on my phone. This is breaking news. Another deadly airplane crash in the United States. It's small planes. Nobody cares. 2 small planes collide midair at regional Arizona airport, leaving 1 dead. What is going on?
That is nuts.
I think the little planes crash all the time, and now that Trump's in
Not
office,
into
Now
it.
it's
I
news.
heard it on the news.
Not
Now
like
it's
that.
I wonder if it was Vince. Wonder if it was Vince Gill and what's his face? Not Vince Gill. Vince Neil.
Yeah,
Whatever his name was.
and it was an actor's girlfriend or something, right?
It was Vince Vaughn. It was 2
Vince
Vinces.
Vaughn. Double Vince.
Crazy. Planes crashing everywhere. Thank God I'm here. Now Nancy and I are going home on separate flights, so we got 2 chances at this now
Oh, good.
of landing upside down.
By the way, see what movie's coming to stream shortly. Speaking of artists, a complete unknown, which is that Bob Dylan story. It's going to be
When
out
can we
next
when
week.
can we expect that on Gar TV?
Next week, 2/25 is the release date.
All right.
So,
I was very disappointed that we didn't get Severance on the Gar TV last Friday.
oh
and I
my
had to wait till
god, what
Saturday.
a nightmare that was! I literally was looking like crazy.
Very good episode. Loved the Bosco. How good was the employee review of Seth?
It was amazing.
That was one of my favorite
It
scenes
was awesome. It was so
with
good.
the paper clip.
The paperclip had me. I was dying.
I actually had that.
What'd you have?
I actually got a criticism that I was overstapling my work papers at KPMG, which caused my supervisor to almost cut his finger as he was reviewing them. I stapled on the wrong. I don't even remember what I did. I think it was too many staples. I was only allowed 1 staple. But like sometimes you staple the packet, then you want to add something behind it, so you put another staple in it.
Yep.
And he didn't like that.
Oh, it's beautiful. That review, that scene.
It was great.
And even they kind of broke it up, right? We kept going back to it. And then even after the fact, when Milchek went back to his office and he's like reading the beautiful booklet that was put together of the review.
Gorgeous.
And it was, by the way, it was monthly. They do that monthly. It's amazing.
It was so good. By the way, Seth is one of my favorite lines from the episode before.
Yeah, it was good.
When Irv
Who's
yelled,
Seth?
"Yes, Seth."
Who's Seth?
Oh,
That's so funny. Oh, boy.
And I just finished Landman.
you
I
did
gotta
finish
try
it,
that.
right?
I
gotta try
binged
that.
that in about 4 days.
It's great.
I'm going to
wasn't
give
it?
that a go.
It was really great. Really, really awesome.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, he does. Sheridan's just so good at making these shows. It's amazing.
I mean, it was no Yellowstone. I'm not going to say that.
No,
Was that-
different.
It was no Yellowstone.
No, it's different. I mean, Tulsa
But it was
King
still
was
very
different,
good.
right?
Yeah, there's different stuff. All right,
Yeah, you
I
don't
got to
want it all
go.
to be the same. Yeah. All right, it's time to wrap this stuff up.
Actually, am working. I have a 2:00.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
And Bosco's been working for the last 37 minutes.
Nancy, have a safe trip home. Mike, have a safe trip home. And until next time, be Gar-rific.
Gar out.
Have a great day.
Later, boys.
Peace.
Later.
Bye-bye.
I pledge allegiance to the family of the United GarCast of the Discord, and to the Montana commune that we will all meet up at when humanity finally craps the bed. One Gar Nation, under God, or thoughts, with a vow to be excellent to one another, and to always follow that one simple rule: don't be a dick. pluribus unum.